Hello, everybody. Yes, we're just a little different. Okay, I really didn't want you to see the light back there. I am so sorry. Hello, everybody. How are you on this beautiful, rainy Saturday afternoon? I am your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. And of course, we are here in the den. Yes, we are. And as usual, I have a hook in my hand. I don't even know what size hook I have in my hand. I have a 4.0. Okay, so I have an F. I know. Kitty doesn't do little hooks. Kitty is doing a little hook because Kitty has tedious work right now. Kind of feeling my way through this. Okay, I'm at a point where I can stop and officially greet everyone. Hi, how is everyone? I'm so happy to see you all. So glad you're here today. So, like I said, welcome in the den. I know the first thing you noticed was my red hair. It's my thinking cap. I had to put it on today because I needed to get out of my brain to get back in my brain, if that makes sense. Somebody out there caught that. Today, of course, we have, hey, you already know, we have notes. We have notes. Let me see. See, you might just graduate. No, I will not. Hey, Joan. How are you, sis? I'm so glad to see you. Lori, how are you, my love? I'm so glad to see both of you. Joan, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Oh, bless your heart. Thank you, Lori. Okay. Okay. As long as I can open it and show everybody. Okay. Yes, y'all, this is my thinking cap. Actually, this was the start of a shawl. And for some reason, I was trying to set up for today, knowing I was coming in an hour early. And I everything was all over the place. And I grabbed this and threw it on my head. It just seemed like everything fell into place. So I call it my thinking cap. And it's so cute because last night I didn't want to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed because my daughter did my hair yesterday. And it is too cute. It laid down. Everything stayed in place. All the gray said, okay, I'm defeated. You got me. You got me. Y'all, isn't this cute? I mean, it is like my hair. It don't move. It don't move. Like the lady with the gorilla glue in her hair. My hair, it don't move. But my hair itself does move. It moves. It can be lifted. Baby, how are you? So glad to see you. So yes, I was using this as a thinking cap. As you can see, I was trying to do the asymmetrical, woo, asymmetrical shawl. Okay, Lori, your day was yesterday. Mine is today. Asymmetrical shawl is what I was attempting with a little bit of a wider base because I kept trying to start it like eensy beensy. Eensy weensy, teeny weeny. I kept trying to start it that way and it wasn't working. And when I got to this point, I was like, you know what? I don't like the way this looks. So I stopped. And as of today, it became a thinking cap. So I put my thinking hat on and I get stuff done. Please don't expect to see this always. But let's get to the business portion of our day so we can get that behind us. Right now, we are currently at 433 subscribers. Yay! And we have 1,534.3 watch hours. Yay! And my health on the health meter, which I'm going to explain the health meter today, is right at around an 8.5. So that's another yay! Now let me define the health meter for you. This is pretty much how you feel overall. The aches and pains that come with us as we um, crawl over the hump of that 35. Those of us who are suffering from postmenopause or in menopause or perimenopause, even, y'all know the We Do Not Care Society, but those members who qualify for that, um, it's just your basic overall of how you feel for the day. And my scale, I said one time it goes from 0 to 10. No, because here we will not allow you to go below a 3. You cannot go below a 3. So 10 means that you are like beyond happy. Everything is perfect in your world. You're barely feeling any pain whatsoever. It's like you know it's there, but you're not really feeling it. You can get up and do whatever you want to do. It's all good in Soulville for you for that day. That's your 10. Your 9 is, you're kind of there. You know, the pains are noticeable, but they're not hindering you. You're basically happy. You know, it's not one of those, oh my God, the world is lovely. You know, it's not one of those days, but it's not a bad day either by any means. So that would be your 9. Your 8 is you're happy. You're okay. You're settled. You don't look like you're ADHD like me. You know, you're everything is just muddling along. The pain level is the pain. It's like the typical everyday, and your day is just kind of we're doing better than just making it through. Now your 7 is we're just making it through. You kind of feel okay. The pains are there, maybe a little more noticeable, you know, but you're not really complaining. Everybody knows it, but you're not really complaining. Your number 6 would be, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I had this pain yesterday. I got it today. I know it's going to be here tomorrow. Don't ask me to give you happy thoughts, happy feelings. You get what you get. It is what it is. 5, the pains are too much. You're slowing down. There is no smile. There's not a smirk. There's not even a grimace. You know, you're pretty much sarcastic about everything that you say. You even feeling sarcastic at this moment. That is your number 5. Your number 4 is like, you know what? I'm pushing forth because I know that I need to. Do I want to? No. I don't need anybody approaching me. I don't need anybody in my space. I'm not happy right now. That is your number 4. Your number 3. Your number 3 is forget it. I'm going to sleep. I'm pushing the reset button. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't come in my space. Just leave me alone and let me sleep. That is my reset button. That is why I said you cannot go below a 3. Okay? In the den, we will not allow you to go below a 3. I don't even have explanations, definitions, anything for 2 and 1 and 0. Because we're not going to let you stay there. If you come in here and you're there, we're going to bring you up. Okay? All right. All right. That's where we are. So that's now you know about the health meter. Like I said, I'm about an 8.5. I'm a little squirrely today. That's why I had to put my thinking cap on so that I could probably bring those squirrels into nest a little bit better. And it's funny because I am the kitty of all kitties and I love being in the den. I know I don't need a lot of squirrels in the den, but keeping them at bay. Okay. What are we sipping on today? Can anybody tell me what I'm sipping on? I'll give you a minute to guess. I can tell you it's piping hot. Ooh, that's the first sip I had today. Whoo, usually I blow it and sip some in the kitchen before I get here, but I didn't do that this time. And I waited until the last minute to make it. Oh, Father, I think I still have a tongue. Okay, so please in the comments tell me what you're sipping on today. I have 20 ounces of my espresso by Great Value. I did not use my salt and vanilla today because I needed the bite. I needed the bite. So I do have my espresso. I have 8 ounces of International Delight French vanilla and 8 ounces of International Delight caramel macchiato. So that is what I am sipping on. And it's hot. Tangerine tea. And the liquid. I can't see because of the dollar sign. Okay. Y'all know that I also have my water. Today I grabbed water when I left the kitchen. So yes, I have 3 of my 4 bottles of water. And y'all see that I popped the top of this one in. Took more than a sip, so y'all know I'm drinking my water. Here lately, I can't just take a sip of water. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that good or my body is just saying, I don't know. Okay, so setup. Saturday is setup day. That's where we're laying it all out for the week. Before we go there, I would like to extend my biggest. I know tangerine tea does sound like the bomb, but I am me and this editing thing. I had videos. I have videos recorded, and every time I try to upload them to YouTube, there's a process that it goes through. After I edit it in Canva, then I have to upload it to my phone or to my pictures or whatever I'm using to get it over to YouTube. And in the process of it getting to my pictures, it's knocking my phone out. It's like Canva and my photos are not jiving, and whatever instrument, because I tried it on the computer as well, and whatever instrument I'm using, um, it's just knocking it out. It knocked my Chromebook out, y'all. I kept trying. I understand my Michelle. I'm still wearing the thinking cap. But yeah, it knocked my Chromebook out as well. I know that we do need some upgraded equipment, and we're working on it. We're working on it. The other thing that we're working on is tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have to put all of this together. There are 2 people in the room right now that have helped me immensely as far as how to manage my channel and to get it to a better place. Tomorrow, I have someone coming physically. And like they say closed mouths don't get fed. And what I've learned is that sometimes when you open your mouth to the wrong people, they can take what you got in your mouth and they can take it from you. But ultimately, closed mouths don't get fed because this person I've known since 1998. And me spazzing out on the phone with her on my birthday, which was Tuesday. She was like, girl, please, I'll be there Sunday. You got 3 or 4 hours. I'm like, yeah. She was like, I'll see you Sunday. I got you. We'll figure this out. So whatever it is, we have determined that it's not a virus, but Evidently, I have messed up a setting somewhere. And I don't know how to backtrack and figure out what I did, but she's good at all of that. And so she's gonna go back and do all of that. And she's gonna take me through it. She's not gonna do like my daughter does. My oldest daughter, I can say, baby, my phone is not there. And she's like, okay, mom, here. Show me what you did. So I don't have to keep coming to you. Tell me what you did. I don't know. I just pushed this. And there you go. Little girl, little girl, big little girl, oldest little girl. You're gonna make me fight it for you right now. That's what you're gonna make happen. So, like I said, please forgive that. Hopefully Sunday we can get that all straightened out. I'm going through the back door to get the word of the week out. So please don't expect the edited version. I tried again with edited version. And you know what was so bad about it? The video that I recorded that I really wanted to get out there was a crochet with kitty video. Every time I tried to upload it on my birthday, it was knocking my phone out. And then 2 days later, I look up and every single time I had tried to upload it, it all of a sudden pops up on my phone. So I had seven, taking up lots of storage on my phone. Yes, I had to get rid of six of them. I did, and I think I got the other one out there. I think I did because I got some comments on them. Guys, about the comments, I love you all. I love y'all so much. When I sit back and I've learned how to get to all of the comments now. I told y'all it's a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. But when I go back and I see that I have more than one or two comments, I wish you all could see me. I'm sitting on the bed. I'm like, I got. I turn into the biggest kid. So keep the comments coming, please. Please keep the comments coming. Okay. So, like I said, I recorded several videos and they messed up a setting. So none of it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I think I recorded two videos once. And I know Miss Tina from Crochet by the Rose had to tell me, she was like, beautiful video, nice smile, but we can't hear anything you say. So I had to go back. I never did figure out what I did. I just took those videos down, and that's one thing we don't want to have to do is take the videos down. You know what I'm saying? Because it may seem easy, but a lot of hard work goes into just making the videos, not let alone editing them and putting the fluff around them and all that good stuff, just to have content enough. Fortunately, I'm Sagittarius. I have a gift for gab. I can talk all day, every day. If I sit here with this camera, if I would turn the camera on, days that I'm having discussions with my crocheting, I'm pretty sure somebody would probably call 911 and get the people with the I Love Me jackets to come see me, because me and these colors be having some pretty good conversations, some in-depth conversations. And don't let me be looking at something on TV that I don't agree with. That TV is gonna know it, and everybody. It gets so bad sometimes. My daughter will get up and come close the door. She's like, "Look, I'm gonna leave y'all back here with this. Nobody's in here but me and my yarn." Yes, yes. I have to show you something too. So yesterday it rained. Let me tell you about one of my priorities. If you remember from Tuesday, I lost my 6.5 crochet hook. Yesterday, it was raining, cold rain. And I went to Michael's and used my 70% off coupon and got my $3.99 crochet hook for $1.36. See, isn't it pretty? And my daughter said, watch, if you buy another one, the first one is going to show up. And wrong, it has not shown up. It hasn't. Because That's what I'm saying. If y'all could hear some of the conversations I have in this room, I told her, Hook, I said, look, I know you ran away from home. I know you did because you got more use these past few days. I got more use out of you over these past 3 days. And it's fine that you ran away. But when you come back, you better have a good explanation. I am not trying to see you or hear you until you get your explanation right. So when you come back, you better be sounding good. I don't think it figured out what it's going to say to me yet because it has not shown up. No, I think I must have put some fear in it. I guess I'm going to have to break down like Brown say. I'm sorry. I don't know. Something's got to give. That Hook needs to come back. I don't mind having two of them. I have fallen in love with Susan Bates Hooks. I have. I really have. Okay, so now finally on to the setup. What we have planned for this week. Like I said, the word of the week is coming tomorrow. I'm also going to give you your ASL phrase. I have reached out to King Ron. I've not heard anything back from him yet. But I do understand that he's on a mission. This is a young father who is deaf and blind. And he teaches ASL through various means on the internet. And his mission is to drive to have ASL as a curriculum in all schools. And I agree with that. Y'all know from the very beginning my rationale in teaching or showing ASL because I feel like it is a universal language and it's something that all of us can do and we can break down that communication barrier that we have. You know, we may not speak each other's language, we may not speak each other's dialect. You know, sometimes we're separated by our dialects. But if we all know, you know, I love you, if we all know that, or I love you, or I really love you, or you get in a situation where you have to go to the bathroom, you know, like I do, but I'm gonna maintain. But all of that's universal and it's something that all of us, you know, together can learn and know and learn to communicate with others. You know, and it's I think it's y'all, I sustained a head injury when I was 6 years old. That started my hearing loss. I am 70% deaf in my left ear, and the right ear is getting worse every year they check it. Um, the last time they checked it was, I think she said 73%. This had always been my worst ear, and now it's the right one. It has surpassed the left. So I am supposed to wear hearing aids. My hearing aids sound like I'm standing on the shore of a beach with the waves coming in. And that constant, it's not static. It literally sounds like water rushing in. And it makes me dizzy. So I'd rather not wear them. Being that I lost a lot of hearing so young, I learned to read lips. I learned to listen to voice inflections. And that's basically how I hear. Um, I don't know, sounds pretty much the same when you hear. "Ah." So you learn from certain questions that you ask and people answer, or what people will say. My daughter can tell you, she'll come in here sometimes standing right in my room and hold a whole conversation with me. And if I'm crocheting and I'm into my crocheting, or if the TV is on, if I don't turn the volume, if I don't mute it, chances are I'm not hearing what she's saying. I know she's talking. And it's not that I'm not paying attention. I'm literally not hearing what she's saying. And because of that, I will divert my attention elsewhere because it gets hard to consistently strain. The volume on my TV is like 35 and above all the time, to the point that the rest of the house will come close me up in my room because my TV is so loud. No, they don't lock me in my room. It's just their way of letting me know that, your TV's loud. We don't want to ask you to turn it down, but we want to hear our TV too, or we want to hear each other, or we want to hear when something happens. So I don't take it offensively. I understand it's just that the volume for them is a little too much. For me, lots of times it's too low and they don't know that I'm still straining when it's at 35. If I turn it off of YouTube and say if I turn to, I think Paramount is the one yeah, Paramount. No, Hulu. When I turn to Hulu, certain things that I watch on Hulu, I have to turn the volume up to like 55, 60. I do. And it's the show. It's how low the show is playing. And then when the commercial comes on, I'm like, oh, wow, you know. But even then, it's not like mind blowing loud. It's just, I can see the difference, and I can work through the um, advertisement or the commercial without having to put closed caption on the screen. But the show, usually, even with it being up at 40, 45, I'll have to have closed caption on the screen. Okay, so ASL and word of the week. I'm going to I have 11 projects that I'm going to be working on this week, and the goal is to see how many of those 11 projects I will have done. One of those projects is this beautiful pattern right here. That is our very own Blind Stitches pattern. Yes, Marsha Lee Williams. This is Sunshine Harmony. This is her pattern, but it is absolutely beautiful. She asked me to help her with it. I use CC all the time, but it's because I'm suddenly sensitive, so I keep the volume low. I get it. I get it. Mine is that I can't hear. Yeah, I can't hear. But that is one of the projects. The other is what we're resting on. I can't really lift it too much because I have the phone plugged in and I have the plug down in between the stitches. But this is my 4-strand blanket that I'm working on. It should have been finished the other night before last, but it wasn't. Okay. So I'm giving myself a week to work on it. Um, Dual purpose for this one. We'll get to that in a moment. Um, okay. The next one is my 2-strand blanket that should have been finished, but I squirreled off into other things. I did. The only reason I don't like the closed caption, y'all, is because it helps me to squirrel off into other things. I stop looking at what I'm doing and I get into reading what's on the screen. And then when I turn around, I'm like, hold on, John, wait a minute. Hold on. Please, sis. So that's 2 of them. And then, 3 of them, I'm sorry. And then we have the new squares, which I don't really have a time limit to finish this one. But as you can see, I have 6 done. Only reason I call it new squares is because my middle is half double crochet back and forth. And then I go around that with 2 rounds of double crochet. And then I finish it off with a round of half double crochet. And when I get 25 of these, so 19 more, I'll be putting these together and I'll have a 5 square by 5 square blanket that will be bordered. Don't know how yet. Have no idea. Might follow Juan's tutorial for borders. Y'all need to check it out. He's got that going. Okay, so, and then of course there is Black Skittles. I did work on this a little bit. I don't know if you all can tell how much, but I think about four or five. I did 2, 3, 5. I did 6 rows. And what it is 2 black, 1 Skittles, 2 black, 1 Skittles, 2 black, 1 Skittles. I call it Skittles because that's what it looks like. So I have that. It's not going to be very long. It's so close to done. I should just go ahead and finish it. Hook sizes. I've used my 6.0 with this one. I used my, I didn't write it down, y'all. I think I took a picture if I'm not mistaken. I think I used the 8.0 for the 2 strand. This one is 6.5. One of the reasons I needed to find my K hook. This one is 6.5. Now y'all see how important the K hook was. Okay, and then I have the rainbow pillow. How many of you remember that this month our challenge was to make 4 pillows? So this is what I've started with. This is one of my pillows. And y'all, my kids and grandkids helped me to actually complete my first pillow. This was supposed to be my first pillow. And they came in the room this morning and my daughter was like, Mom, you got a pillow already and don't even realize it. So I'm going to show you that one in a moment. But this is on task to be done this week, which it should be. You see, I'm starting to decrease. I'm actually doing this one where I'm going to decrease down in the back. Started out with a circle, turned it into what I call a roving square. And then I'm going to cinch my way down in the back and work around the filling. Wait till you find out what the filling is. That's why I told y'all you can use anything to stuff these. Okay, and from there we have my purple sweater. Yes, that is on ticket to be worked on this week. Y'all, if you look, all I have left to do is the ribbing around the bottom and the facing up the side and around the neck. That's all I have left to do. Yep. So every time I tell myself, it should be done, then I put it aside and work on everything else. But I'm pushing myself this week to see how much of these items I can get done this week. There are 11 of them on task, but there are a couple more that might join it. I'm not sure, but we'll see. And then I have a add request that I have not started. Sorry, y'all. My hips that I had to move. One of those requests is a bathroom mat. She wants a 4-strand bathroom mat. She wants it rectangular to go along with the 3-strand circular mat that I made for her. No particular colorway, just helping me get my yarn stash down. And I love her for that. That's my baby girl. And then I also, as I was working on this 4-strand blanket, I happened to look at the colorway of what I had left in these containers, and I was like, this is all greens. And this is mostly pinks and reds. I got a couple of greens in there. Had to squeeze them in. But thank you, baby. But this would make another one of those for the homeless blankets. So I'm gonna at least start that this week. I don't have that one in mind to finish, but I am going to at least start it. There's another one over here that I can't quite reach. I think you all have seen. Oops, wait a minute. Look at me. Putting stuff up so I can reach it. This is another asymmetrical scarf. I said it. But this is called the tendril. I actually am following, I was following a tutorial for this one. I don't have very much to go on this one. Isn't that beautiful, guys? This is absolutely beautiful. It was so beautiful. I started two of them, but the other one is not in task to be done this week. I put it aside, and I put it aside for a reason. There were other things that needed to be worked on. It's one that's going in the gift bag. But I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I really do. So that is going to be worked on this week. And I also have a request for another hat. Oompa! I want to show y'all something. I think I showed it to Joan. I haven't shown it to everybody. Um, Look in your mom's room and see if those last two hats I made are in there. Please. I have to take the thinking cap off, guys. It's getting a little warm. I don't like hats and I don't like socks. So that's two things that I typically don't wear. Um, your head and your feet. Okay, I need this one and the one I just made yesterday. The colorful one, the rainbow one. Okay, well, over the past few days, my daughter has asked for two hats. This was one of them. She said that she wanted an orange hat with a white band and not too much ruffle. So I made this. She fell in love with it. She asked for it night before last. She went to bed before I could give it to her. So as soon as she got up yesterday, she put it on her head and she wore it all day. And then she said, Mom, can I put in a request for one more hat? I'm like, yeah, this child asked me for nothing. Okay. She never asked me for anything. So she comes to me and she says, she picks out a color and she's like, I want a hat like this. I was like, do you want a secondary color? She's like, no. This is what she chose. I think the name of it is Bright. It's, I think it's Rainbow Bright, if I'm not mistaken. Rainbow Bright. It is a big twist. It's Rainbow Bright. It's full worsted weight, calls for a 5 millimeter hook, which is an H for us. And yeah, the hat is pretty much like this. Of course, no band, and the ruffle is a little bit wider, but it's just like this for all practical purposes. Yes. So those two hats, thank you. Those two hats are what my baby girl asked for, and that's what she got. And someone saw. She went to the store last night wearing the orange one, and someone saw it. So I have an order for a pink one, and that one will be made today. They want very little. They want the ruffle that the rainbow hat has, which is just a little more than the orange and white one had. Which I named that one Creamsicle because it reminded me so much of the creamsicle pops that we used to get back in the day. You know, when we used to go to the corner store and not the ice cream truck, and you'd go open the ice cream container with the sliding glass top, you know, and then you reach in and you get your orange creamsicle, you know. Yes. Open it up and they had the orange and white swirls. Okay. I think I just wanted some orange sherbet just then. So those are the 11 items that are going to be on the hook this week. Go see how many I can complete. So y'all will find out Saturday. If anything else gets added to it, which I know it will, because we know that Taco Tuesday is coming up, and Taco Tuesday just happened. But this will be the last one for the season, and then it's going to go into rest mode for a little bit. Okay, I understand. I understand since I love you. Be safe. Okay, so this week's Taco Tuesday, Of course, every season is pick a whip, any whip, and finish it by next Taco Tuesday. Um, I forgot what I had finished, but anyway, it was something. But they had the number that was spun on the wheel was 4, so that's 2 People's Choice and 2 from the jar. This is my one of the People's Choice, which was a random act of kindness. So my 4-strand blanket. What I do with my blankets when I make them is on the other side of the fence that separates us from Walmart parking lot. Um, is a pretty extensive homeless community. There's a little ditch there. And at the end of the ditch to my right is a fairly significant area of woods. And there's a pretty large community there. To the left is like a thin strip of woods. And there's a little bit of a community there. So I will take a blanket and just throw it on the fence because right here at our fence is the one of the, I call it the Goodwill pickup box, but it's not Goodwill. It's one of the other ones. It's not Purple Heart. Um, I don't know exactly who it's through, but um, I'll just, being that that's there and they constantly raid that box, I'll take a blanket and throw it on the fence and kind of watch it disappear. But it makes my heart feel good that it's gone to someone who can use it. You know, I have searched for places to donate to in this area. I understand when it comes to places like the oncology centers and like the NICU at Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters, they have a lot of restrictions. They have a lot of restrictions. Like you can only use certain kinds of fiber, and um, in the NICU, of course, you can't have big, massive holes in it. You have to be careful when you what type of materials you use at the oncology center, and then the homeless shelters. The homeless shelters have gotten to the point that they're as restrictive as those other places. So it's really hard to find someone to donate to here. On top of that, when you find someone who accepts donations, they want you to bring them to them. And I don't have a car. And my scooter will only go so far. And if I pack a 13-gallon garbage bag full of things, I want to be able to successfully give them to somebody and be able to get back home when I get there. Not have to sit there for 3 or 4 hours just to charge my battery. You know what I'm saying? But like I had found one place, it was the fire. I talked to the assistant fire chief, and she donates a lot of things to an oncology center in the city where I used to live. And we made arrangements for her to come by and pick up things, and she never came. She never called back. I tried to call her back a couple of times, and I could not get through. So I was like, you know what? There are homeless people all around. I saw you alive and had to jump in to say hi. What are you working on today? Hi! I'm so happy to see you. I just listed like 11 things that I have to work on. This is one of them. This is the Sunshine, Sunshine Harmony blanket. I have my purple cardigan, my hexi cardigan that I'm going to work on. Finish the 4-strand blanket. Finish my rainbow under the rainbow pillow. I blankets and blankets and blankets and a shawl. But yeah, back to the Taco Tuesday. The other the other people's choice was the snowman. Make a snowman. Haven't decided I was going to do that yet. But, and then it started a new show. I don't know about that one either. Make a simple doggy sweater. That one I might attempt. That one I might attempt. There are three dogs that I'm kind of fond of, and I might try making one or all of them. It probably won't be this week. So, work for you. That stinks. Okay, let me try it up here. That stinks that you're intending donating something. It didn't work. Glad you came up with something that will work for you. Thank you, sis. I had to, because the other option was like I did in that work too. I have what I call a gift bag. I make things and I put them in the gift bag. And when I run into people who are exceptionally kind to me or mine, and when I say mine, I mean me, my kids, my grandkids, those people that are really close to my heart, I, give things away. So, and it's because I love to crochet. I love to crochet. I'm excited when I get orders, but I think I'm equally excited when I'm able to give someone something that, yes, yes. Y'all, let me tell you the names of the three fur babies in my life. One is named Baby Girl. She's a beagle. And hmm, I'm kind of watching her now. She has a growth that has not bothered her all her life. Just in person. Just in person. And motherhood, what do we call you? Motherhood, or is there another name that we can call you? I mean, I like the name Angel, but yeah, baby girl has a growth in her gut. Okay, hi Kay, but it's starting to cause problems, and they don't think she has very long. She's 13. She's 13, and so yeah, that's my beagle. And then the sassy boy that we speak of. Oh my goodness. Every time I talk to my sister face to face, I have to say something to him. He is just so cute and darling. And today I call him handsome. And he did like this. Like, oh, shucks. It was so cute. It really was. Back to baby girl. Baby girl is my oldest daughter's emotional support animal. Now her, um, it's not called a support animal. Her other dog is the one that helps her when she has seizures. Recently, just before she had one, her name is Yanni, but I call her Kawana Lulu. I know that's a lot of syllables and it sounds very Hawaiian, and it is. And it's so funny because, excuse me, I had never heard that saying before in my life. It was the first time I was introduced to Yanni. For some reason, the word Kawana Lulu came out. And I happened to look it up a few months ago, and it means soaring. It's Somalian or however, I don't know the name of their language, but it means soaring. It does. So that's baby girl Hapan and Kawana Lulu. Yes, absolutely. So somewhere in there, I think we're gonna have some jackets for the fur babies, and then I have another four-legged baby in my life that's about 3.5, well, a little bit more than 3.5 inches long now. Yeah, and he is a mess. His name is Sonic, and when I go in the kitchen to make my coffee, Sonic is right there. He is a box turtle, and he loves his grandma. He absolutely loves his grandma, and I couldn't make him a jacket, so. Okay, back to our setups. I have put in a poll. Those of you who have not seen it, I wish you would go check it out. There is a poll under the community post that asked if you would be interested in making square blankets next year. If you know me, you know I am not a fan of granny squares. I'm not, but I'm willing to sacrifice and do this with a group. I am. Now, the ideas or the concept is, would you want to make one blanket a month consisting of squares, or would you want to make one blanket for the year? The one for the year, each month you would get the recipe for a 12-inch square. And then at the end of the year, we would put all of those together and it would be a big blanket. It would be 36 by 48 without the border. So that's one idea. The other blanket, I'm really leaving it up to you. How many squares you want to do in that month if you want to make one big square. But what's happening is Monday, I am getting a book. I ordered a book today, y'all, from Amazon. I told y'all I feel like I'm growing up. I do. I feel like a big girl now. So I ordered a book of squares from Amazon, and it should be here Monday. And of course, I'm going to show it to y'all Tuesday. Come on, man. Might even do a video and show it to y'all Monday. It'll be, I don't know, because I got somebody coming Sunday. So I might be able to do a proper video and put it out there for Monday. I don't know, but we will see. So what we're going to do is obsessed with her. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. But yes, the book is coming on Monday. And like I said, what I'm going to do is look through it and I'm going to pick out 4 to 6 squares that we can work on. If you want to, I'll introduce like 1 or 2 squares a week. So every Saturday I'll be introducing 1 or 2 squares. It'll be like 1 square one week, 2 squares next week, one then 2. That way we'll have the 4 to 6 squares that'll be introduced for each month. And like I said, you can do them however you want to do them. You could make it out for the month. You could um turn, do you could do it like we're doing the other one that's one for you. You can pick one however you want to do it. However you want to do it. However you want to do it. But those are your options, those are your choices. I also brought up to you all last month about the temperature blankets. If you all wanted to do that, it's not too late to set up for it. It is kind of like crunch time. And the reason I say that is because there's so much to consider. You want to consider whether or not you want it to be a a temperature, so to speak, blanket. And what exactly do you want that to represent? Do you want the temperature of like when you were married, your birthday, your birth year, where you live now as opposed to where you lived then, or where you were born? How do there's so much that plays into it. I am going to make myself one. I next year it's very important that I make it next year because mine is going to have 63 squares. I will be 63 next December 2nd. So what I'm going to do is go back to 1963 and find out what the average temperature was every December 2nd up to next year, up to 2026. And then in December, after the 2nd, of course, I'll have that. So I'll still have until the end of the year where I can put this massive blanket together. And yes, it's going to be pretty massive. Because it's going to be 63 squares. It's going to be 63 squares. And I have to, I'm sorry, I have to agree with myself on a temperature gauge of how I want it. I think because my birthday is in December, I want the highest to be like 75 and over. We don't really have hot. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 years that I can remember that the temperature was actually over 75 in December. But I'm going to go back and check that out. What I plan to do is starting tomorrow is go back and make a list of what the average temperature was each day, and that'll help me agree with what I have as far as the temperature gauge. So if we want to do that, I'm all for it. I will be showing you my progress along the way because I am going to do mine. Please don't forget your journal, at least one journal. Um, they're very easy to go through. I have been through a whole composition notebook, three single subject notebooks, and the equivalent of one five subject notebook. It's not hard to do. Um, and what we're going to do, I would like it if everybody had to, but we're going to start with one, and we're going to start simple. We're going to write down how we feel when we wake up in the morning and how we feel when we go to bed at night. We're going to write down, our module from 10 to 3. We're going to rate how we feel overall the course of the day, averaging the good and the bad. Like if you started out on a 10 and you ended up on a 3, then for the day you'll be a 6.5. Okay. We're going to pick 2 people that we're going to reach out to, if nothing more than sending them a text message that says, "Hi, just thinking about you." We can do that. Guys, we have lost the reasoning, the rationale, the art of communication. We are a species that was not designed to be alone. So we got to reach out. We got to reach out. Okay? Just 2 people. That's all you got to do. Hey, bro. So, those are 5 things that you're going to write in. You're going to write down 3 things that you accomplished for that day. And I have a list. I forgot what the other 2 were going to be, but that's a start right there. Just the 8 things that you write down. That is definitely a start. I know it's in one of these books. It's all written down. But 3 things, and I think if I'm not mistaken, the other 2 were things that you wanted to accomplish for that day. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 2 things that you want to do for that day, and 2 things that you actually got done for that day. And if you want to make a synopsis for the day, and just sum up how your day went, that would be so cool. So yeah, those are, like I said, those are things that I want all of us to focus on next year, to keep each other lifted, um, to build and grow our community, and y'all know the word accountability is very big with me. And my accountability partner is Joan. If there's anything that I say that I need to do and I need to be held accountable for, I can count on my sister Joan. I can absolutely count on my sister Joan. She is right there to say, "Hey, did you see how she put in there the purple sweater?" And that was because I would start sweaters for myself over the years. But the Just For Me cardigan that I just did is actually the first sweater I ever completed for myself. So that's big, considering I've been crocheting. January 6th will be 57 years. 57 years. I never made myself a cardigan until last month. So that's why she stays on me about the purple one too. Yeah. And I'm going to get it done. Like I said, that's going to be my Christmas gift to myself. So yeah, these are the things that I'm going to be working on this week. I am also, like I said, setting myself up so that we can get these blankets done next year. The way the polls look right now, it's dead even between challenging for the two ideas and the blanket a month. So I know me, I'm doing both. I'm doing the yearly one and I'm doing one for each month, along with the temperature blanket. So I love to crochet. So getting it done is just the heart and love of it for me. But guys, I am not going to continue to hold you up. I thank each and every one of you for being here. I love each and every one of you, and that's true and from the heart. And I want you to always remember to be bold, be brave, be beautiful, and behave. And don't forget that Kitty Lane loves you. Don't forget Kitty Lane told you. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.